So it is finally time for me to officially do the tier list. I know you guys have been waiting for the tier list for a minute, but I had to take some time to like play against the better players, good players, play ranked, even use these characters myself to kind of gauge an understanding of how or where I would place them in the tier list. And like I said, when it comes to this tier list, this is my opinion, of course. But I basically base this tier list off of like the highest level possible, like tournament play and all of that. And I'd also want to say there's no such thing as a really bad character this game. I think because of the new changes, this game is like a lot of characters are usable now instead of the last game, but there's still characters that are worse than others, obviously, so they have to be put you know, correctly on the tier list. So let's go ahead and start. So I figured I'd do something a little bit more interesting instead of the typical S tier, A tier, B tier. And this is still kind of the same thing, but I just worded it a little bit differently. So we have the not viable tier, the decent, viable, and then the tournament winner slash meta characters, right? So the not viable, these characters, like I said, at the end of the day, they are still usable. But I feel like these characters are just not as good as the rest of the cast, and they do have things about them that really hurt them compared to the last game. So let's talk about the not viable, okay? Daki. They did this character really bad in this game. No, she still does really bad damage. She can no longer cancel her tilt skill anymore. She has to commit to it, and it starts a red combo, and it's not even the optimal starter. So even if you do her best get into it, because she is a level 1 dash speed, her best get into is the tilt skill. It doesn't do that much damage. It is pretty easily readable, and even her armored demon skill, she pretty much like it's pretty unsafe. It has bad recovery now. So Daki is just really bad now in this game. Like it's not really worth using her over the Gitaro Daki team. Then we have Susamaru, and she is a far cry from the last game. I'm not gonna lie. They nerfed her pretty badly, rightfully so. I'm actually glad. It's just Susamaru, like I said, they nerfed. She can't do tilt skill into tilt skill anymore, so her pressure is nerfed. Her grab recovery is nerfed. Her parry recovery is nerfed. Her damage is also nerfed as well. And with the Slayers being much stronger in this game, she's not going to be able to keep up with most of them in the long run. And it's no reason you should be using her over the Yahaba Susamaru team of them together. Like individual, she's not worth picking at all. That's why I have her in the not viable tier. And then last but not least, we have Shinobu, who, because of the heavy changes, like that was one of her best gimmicks in the last game for her to be viable in the Slayer comp. It's not really looking too good for her. She has even though she has a level 3 dash speed, but we know that's not what's going to make a difference in the character being really good or not, depending on their toolkit. Her toolkit is like anti-dash, but she can't really open people up. She doesn't have the pressure to open people up. And I also want to say that I'm taking the assist of the character in the highest level possible as well, like the assist wise, and her assist is still pretty solid, but still pretty easy to parry at the end of the day. Like I said, Shinobu is also a Slayer that takes a damage multiplier of 1.20, and it's crazy too because she's the only Slayer that takes that much damage. And it's crazy how they changed other Slayers damage multipliers in this game, but not hers. And I know they nerfed the damage characters do in this game, but there's characters that still does really good damage, and Shinobu taking 1.20 is really bad. I'm not gonna lie. In the long run, you're just gonna be getting two tapped the entire game. Two interactions you lose, you die pretty much, and you don't get rewarded that much in this game for taking a beating like in the last game. So these three characters right here, I have them here in the not viable tier list. Okay, so now we go to the decent tier list, and like I said, I don't want to touch on every single character in the game, right? Because most of you guys probably did play the first game, and like I said, the changes did make most of these characters better in this game. So like I said, these characters are the decent tier list. Now the characters here, right, are characters who have good toolkits on paper, but there's certain things that stop them from being just better in general, right? So for example, there's a couple characters in this list that have level 1 dash speed. They have good toolkits to stop aggression or to kind of get in, sort of, but it's not really the best. But they have the level 1 dash speed, so it hurts them in the long run. So Water Tanjiro, Murata, Sakonji, Inosuke, Sabito, like these characters here, they have like good toolkits on paper, but they have the level 1 dash B. Except for Sabito. Sabito has a level 2 dash B, but Sabito's whole kit is like anti-dash. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have anything, like these characters don't have anything to help them catch people when they're running away. Same thing with Inosuke. Obanai has a really good toolkit on paper, but he's extremely slow. I wish they would stop giving Hashira level 1 dash speed. It doesn't make any sense. Well, to be honest, in general, I wish they would stop giving Slayers level 1 dash speed. They're just too slow. Yeah, but Obanai, he has a good guard skill. It's armored, but it's really punishable. His assist is really good. It's a little awkward to try to parry, but it's pretty good for pressure. But on point, he has pretty solid damage, nothing too crazy. He can kind of like reset you and stuff like that, but it's kind of easy to read. He has a really good grab, but like I said, he's just too slow. This character is too slow, and he has an anti dash type of toolkit, but he's slow himself, so he's not going to be able to catch people. I do want to talk about the characters that probably people will be surprised about, so like Rengoku and Yorichi Puppet. The Yorichi Puppet, I'm not going to lie, I thought he was better, right? But turns out he's kind of a scrub killer. He has the same thing going on with him. He has really good damage, a good grab, but his toolkit is basically anti-dash. Like, you cannot be aggressive versus this character. You basically have to whiff punish him. And he has level 1 dash speed, so he's really slow. So he doesn't have the toolkit in the long run to keep up with trying to pressure people, you know what I mean? Because when I say by chase people, right, you want to have the skills that can try to pressure people, you know, at the end of the day, when you do eventually catch them. And his is not the case. He has gaps in his strings where you can easily parry. Like I said, he's just a big knowledge check character. Rengoku, on the other hand, right, Rengoku has a lot of good changes about him. He's definitely better, much better than he was in the last game, but he still has a few problems. Like, for example, his Blazing Universe, which is his tilt skill, is sometimes it just whiffs out of nowhere. Like, if someone moves even a little bit, it just completely misses, which you can be punished for. His Flame Tiger is still super easily parried. A lot of these new characters in the game has like combos, like their skills can do really good guard pressure and you can't even escape because the push block is bad in this game. But Rengoku, you can still push block and parry his Flame Tiger. It's still extremely bad. You still need an assist to make it somewhat safe on guard. So Rengoku still overall has those similar problems that he did in the last game, but he can still perform pretty good in this game. That's why he's in a decent tier list. Yahaba is still pretty decent. You can still use him, but it's no reason you should be using him over the Susumaru and Yahaba team together. But he's still pretty good in terms of his toolkit, because like I said, the characters in this list with him isn't really going to like be much of a threat to him. But anybody above him in the tier list is probably beating him, well, like 9 times out of 10, right? And then last but not least, I want to touch on Eri Tanjiro. And Eri Tanjiro, he did take a big hit in terms of his damage. Like, his damage is significantly lower than it was in the last game. Now, he does have the level 3 dash speed, which is good for him, but he doesn't have the toolkit for the pressure, like pressure wise, you know what I mean? And his assist is pretty solid, but his damage is really noticeably nerfed. And even though he has pretty cool combo routes, that doesn't really matter at the end of the day if it's still not doing the damage required, you know, to keep up. But I still think he's a pretty solid character. That's why I have him at the top, because level 3 dash speed is what's like saving him, to be honest, in this game. And even in the last game, you wasn't really picking Eri Tanjiro versus like other Slayers in general anyways. You was kind of picking him to counterpick like the demons, right? Because he was really good versus the zoners in the last game. And for the most part, it's still the same case in this game, but his fire wheel doesn't really go through projectiles like that anymore. So, and it's really no need for the zoners. They're not that good in this game, except for the ones at the top, which he cannot beat. But we'll get there. Now we're going to touch on the characters in the viable tier list. And as you can see here, I can go over a few of them right now. These characters will work in 90% of the situations. You could pretty much take them into a tournament, right, and do extremely well with them, because they win a lot of matchups and have a lot of favorable matchups in this game and doesn't really lose to quite a lot of other characters, right? So you have Sanemi, who, even though he has the level 1 dash speed, he has things to kind of keep him up a little bit, but just not, he still needs, like, I wish he had a faster dash, to be honest, but he has really high chip damage. His assist is pretty good. He has really solid, consistent damage as well, and he also has a damage multiplier of 0.95, so this character is a tank, you know what I'm saying? He does really good, decent damage. Ide Inosuke is a bit better in this game now. His tilt skill is safe now if you have meter, obviously. His assist is good because it's armored. He has a pretty solid resets, has like the guessing game. He still has that fear factor in him. Makomo level 3 dash speed. She has the water wheel, which is a great, her water wheel is probably the best water wheel now, to be honest. Maybe, actually, I'm not sure. But she's in the same tier with Giyu, who I'm trying to debate with. But she has good damage in this game as well. Awaken Nezuko, you guys already saw my videos on Awaken Nezuko. I even used her in a demon only tournament, and she's, not only does she still has good damage, her demon skill stops the combo timer as well, allowing you to combo even more with it, and she has a level 2 dash speed. Also, she does struggle in the neutral because of her skills or whatnot, but at least she can cancel her neutral skill now, which is the kicks. Her tilt skill is still inconsistent, unless you're doing it in the air, but other than that, she's still pretty good. Zenitsu, he's like I said, his neutral isn't as strong, but his TCF, he still does the same amount of damage. Zenitsu is still pretty good, annoying. He has good runaway, good keep away game, and good damage on top of that. His assist can lock you down still for a free grab. HK Tanjiro takes less damage now. He takes 1.15 instead of 1.20 in this game. He still does really good damage, and obviously him with Zenitsu is probably still his best partner. The new Tanjiro is really good at, he has a good assist to lock you down. He has consistent damage. He has a DP to get out of pressure. What else does he have? He has a good grab. He's pretty consistent as well. Level 2 dash speed. Tengen, while they did nerf a few things about him, it doesn't really stop him from what he's still able to do, right? His tilt skill is still really fast. His assist definitely took a hit for sure though. I think they're both red now, and sometimes his tilt skill, like his assist tilt skill, just randomly like goes behind the person, like after they block it. It's weird, but Tengen's damage is actually really good in this game, and also his DP, his guard skills also starts a yellow combo now, like a combo start now, and it's definitely buffed in this game. Nezuko's still overall the same character. She has new combo routes. Her claws do more damage now, which is her checking tool in neutral. Her Hill Bash hitbox is really good in this game. I feel like they reverted it back. Like the hitbox is really strong, like really good in this game. She does pretty good damage. She does take more damage, and her assist can be easily parried compared to the new characters, but she's still pretty viable. Giyu, my goat, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the few characters where his tilt skill is his optimal starter instead of his neutral skill. So Constant Flux used to be his optimal starter. I already made a video on this. His water wheel now is his optimal starter. His dead calm obviously took a hit like his counter. Obviously you can't really use it as much as you used to, like in the old game, but it still is a counter at the end of the day. It still is one of the rarest things in the game that starts a blue combo, and it does really good damage. Giyu still does really good damage. His assist, Constant Flux, obviously it locks locks anyone down, and you can easily guard break somebody or grab them. So Giyu's still sitting really good at the top. Gitaro, man, Gitaro is a much better character in this game than the last. All his weaknesses in the last game has been patched up. He has a safe plunge even on whiff. He's still able to mash, right? His demon skills also go through any normal projectiles now because they fixed those type of interactions now. Demon skills are actually stronger than like skills or free projectiles. They also don't disappear anymore. They usually come, they're gonna come back now. Obviously his DP, one of the best DPs in the game, where he can do it on your guard and still cancel. He still has good priority. His light attacks are still really strong. Gitaro's he's just really good. Like, this game made him way better, right? He's the only character out of the like other two, like Susumaru Yahaba, where they suffer from playing alone instead of together. On Daki 2, Gitaro still plays really well by himself. Rui, Now, you're probably surprised that Rui's even this high up here in the first place, but this game, the changes they made to this game actually made Rui way more valuable, even though his toolkit is practically the same. He has really good normals, right? And you can't push block heavy him like in the last game. That was like his weakness, right? He couldn't like keep you into like a combo, like any type of guard pressure because you can just push block and heavy him. So that's gone. So he has legit guard pressure now with his normals. He still has good guard damage as well, like when he's in Surge. He always had one of the better surges in the last game, and it still stands true to this game because of his projectiles doing a lot of guard damage. He has, like I said, his toolkit is really good to not only keep pressure on most of the cast, he can also keep people away from him as well because his demon skills are now, especially his tilt demon skill is now stronger. So you need like armor or something to even go through it. If not, you're just gonna get hit. It'll still like hit you even if you dash it, and you can combo after it now. So Rui's sitting at a pretty good spot. Even in the last game, you couldn't just pick any Slayer you wanted to really beat Rui. I still think Rui was a bit underrated in the last game, which is why I had him in like A plus tier, because he still could beat most of the cast, and because the changes benefit him in this game more, he's definitely higher, like for sure, for sure. Now, y'all already seen my videos when it comes to Enmu. Y'all seen me play against Chrome, the best Enmu in the world, and even he himself, even I've played it a lot, and we know how powerful Enmu is. Even though at first glance we thought Enmu was done for, like he couldn't dash into his he couldn't dash after his air lights anymore, his bomb started red combo, but the more we started to play, the more I realized how much of a demon this character is, and I think Enmu is really strong in this game. He has unescapable resets where you can't even boost sometimes, or even ult. You just have to hold it or switch tech to even get out of it. So if you're a demon, you're caught, it's GG's literally. His whisper tracking is much better in this game now, and it's also his optimal starter. He can stay in the air way longer, and not a lot of characters is even taking him out of the air at all. You can't really just go around dashing him for free because he can check you in neutral. Even with your assist, he can still check you in neutral. He still has great setups. Like, Enmu is still a ridiculous character. Don't like as long as you guys watched my videos, y'all will see what Enmu is actually capable of. And last but not least, for the viable tier, I have Zohakuten, and this is a character where I originally had him in tournament winner slash meta. Now this character did win a tournament, thanks to Silent, but I think it was too early for me to decide how strong he was, and I felt like he was a bit overrated, which he's still really good. I don't think he's exactly meta though, because his toolkit is like what represents like the opposite of what this game grants you for, right? Like, this game is full on aggression. All the defense options in this game is really not that good, but Zohakuten's whole toolkit is literally counters the aggression in this game. His tilt skill is one of the best things in the game to stop all aggression. Even if you dash him while he's doing the tilt skill, it'll still hit you and he can confirm off of it. Even with his guard skill is also armored, so it stops both of you and the assist dashing at him. He has really good keep away tools, he has really good damage, he has really good setups with his demon skills. Only one of his demon skills isn't really that good, but you could do some pretty cool stuff with it, like some resets and whatnot. His neutral skill is really good for checking you from full screen and even adding into combos. Like, Zohakuten is really good, right? He has level 2 dash speed. I think, like I said, the only reason why I don't have him higher is because his whole toolkit is anti-aggression. You cannot dash him recklessly, but because of that, it makes him like a super defensive type of character, where if people are playing defensive or running away, he's not going to have an easier time catching them. Like I said this in the beginning, right? A dash speed isn't going to make or break a character, right? It's the toolkit combined with the dash speed, and he does have a level 2 dash speed, but he doesn't have the toolkit to actually catch somebody, or keep that kind of aggression, you know what I mean? I mean, sure, he can like use his demon skill to like add that kind of pressure, but you kind of want to use that more for like in combos for extra damage, or type of interest, like different setups you can do to trap people in in the neutral. But you don't want to use that just to throw it out just just to try to catch somebody because it's a hard knockdown if they do get hit. So yeah, that's pretty much what this tier list is. It's the viable tier list, you know what I'm saying, right here. So Zohakuten, I have him at the very top, rightfully so. He's still a really good character. You can do really well in tournament, but I just feel like the characters in the next tier are like guaranteed winners, and y'all about to see. So now we're here with the tournament winner slash meta characters, and I'm just gonna get straight into it, right? I think Genya is really good, and he was kind of a slept on character at first. I didn't see a lot of people using him, but the new system mechanics actually benefits him the most in this game. It feels like they made it specifically for this type of character, where he can, you know, hit you from full screen with his bullets, and then you can immediately switch and confirm. But that's not really the only thing that makes him this good, right? He has a good guard skill, which is a counter, right? And he has, you know, his projectiles, which can pretty much stop all aggression. Now the tracking on it isn't really that good, but here's where it gets crazy, right? Let's talk about his assist too. His assist is easily one of the best, if not the he's easily like top 5 in the game, right? When he goes into boost, right, his toolkit changes. He gets to confirm on his own combos, because in his regular state he can't confirm like his combos, right? He can't really confirm it that much unless he's doing like normals. But when he's in boost or surge, his toolkit changes. He gets to combo himself now, and he does really good damage, right? His guard skill becomes safe and cancelable. So if he does his guard skill only, which is his counter, it's involved, by the way, and you try to attack him, he's just gonna tilt skill or regular skill you, and you're gonna get hit. Like, this character is ridiculous, right? And I didn't finish about the assist. Like, his assist can easily lock you down for people to stun lock, dash your guard, or grab you. Kenya's he's just ridiculous, right? And I feel like people are starting to see the light with this character, because I see him a lot on ranked. Now let's talk about Guitarra with Daki. This team right here, most underrated team in the entire game, and I'm gonna use this team a lot more just to show y'all, because a lot of the cheese in this game that people do on rank, that team can do the exact same thing. Guitarra and Daki, I knew these two on the same team would be like crazy, like special, you know what I mean? Because they both have good normals and both have good skills, and having either one on point is still extremely beneficial, and is better than playing them individual. Like, to be honest, you shouldn't really ever play Daki or Guitarra individual, right? You should always pick this team. You can do the guard break setups with this team. You can do nice resets with this team. You can get a lot of pressure with this team. You can dash with assists like the Slayers, because like I said, the Slayers are superior in this game. And since they like play like a Slayer, and as demons who can still regenerate, by the way, and have a good toolkit on top of that, these guys are ridiculous. I don't think I really even need like more of an explanation to why these guys are ridiculous. They have them, you pretty much use them versus anything in the game and you'd be all right. Like, it's that crazy. Like I said, Susa, Mara, and Yahaba is still a really good duo as well. They kind of act like the same way as Daki and Guitarra, but zoners on the same team. They're really good. Susamara is actually the stronger one on point for sure, with Yahaba's as an assist. But that team right there, them two is really strong together. They pretty much can fight anything in the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, the only losing matchups I think they even have is the characters above them, but they still belong in this tier, because you can literally win a tournament with this team for sure. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, what about parrying projectiles? Parrying projectiles isn't really that good in this game. Like, sure, you can do it, but it doesn't really benefit you that much anyway. So, and parrying, we already know parrying is not that good in general in this game. So, like I said, they can just still zone you. They can still be oppressive as well. You already know Susamara's toolkit, just with Yahaba helping her in the background, makes the team valuable. Akaza, I did downplay this character, I ain't gonna lie. I downplayed Akaza, a little bit when the game first started. I thought he wasn't that good, but Akaza's still the same, man. This character's neutral still ridiculous. I still think with the level 3 dash speed, he got the projectiles, air types to stop you in neutral. He has his armored, he can combo with collapse, even though it scales really bad now. He just has more combo routes. Akaza's still strong. Do I really need to get more like into it? Like, Akaza's still really good. I don't need to say much more about him now. Gyoko, Man, I don't know if y'all watched the Demon Only tournament, but Mask has actually mastered this character, and he is one of the most annoying characters playing this game. This Gyoko, I'm not gonna lie, we gotta stop downplaying this character. He's actually ridiculous. He has a good neutral skill that can check anything in neutral. You can't parry it like at all, so you have to block. He can stun lock you into it and then grab you. His tilt skill, which is a way more better disorder, it's fast, pretty much unreactable, I'm not gonna lie, and Gyoko does really good damage, like really good damage. He has his demon skill, his tilt demon skill is a full screen armored tilt skill that he can cancel on whiff and if you block it, so he's still safe. Gyoko is just ridiculous, bro. He has the setups with his other demon skill, the two fishes that come out. They aren't really that good, but they can really stop you in neutral. Like, they can follow you for a good amount of time, like longer than, like probably just as long as Enmu's whispers. So yeah, Gyoko is just he has a lot of answers for a lot of things and situations in this game. Like, he stops aggression and he can be aggressive. Like, he has the best of both worlds. The only bad thing about him is that he has level 1 dash speed, but that's still not stopping him at the end of the day. We have Muichiro, who's pretty much a better Giyu. Like, he has everything better than Giyu. He has a better neutral skill than Giyu, a better tilt skill than Giyu, a better counter than Giyu, because he can activate it himself. And if y'all didn't know, obviously if he activates the counter and you block it, he's unsafe if you don't push block it, of course. But if he's in boost or surge and he does his guard skill and you block it, he can do another skill after. He's one of the few characters, if not the only characters, that toolkit changes when he's in boost and surge. Well, like Genya, pretty much. He has really good damage, level 2 dash speed like Giyu. Like I said, he's just a better Giyu, to be honest. Like, if Giyu had better changes, I would easily put him in meta, but that's Muichiro for you. We have the Tengen Wives. You guys already know I fought Maki, who is the best Tengen Wives player. She has a TCF that you can cancel. It's probably better than TCF, to be honest. She can cancel her tilt skill, which is the TCF I was talking about. Her neutral skill is a projectiles that she can dash and confirm, and also she gets a lot of free dashes in her combo, so she doesn't have to spin a lot of meter, and she's hitting you for 40% 9 times out of 10. She has a good guard skill. Her guard skill is actually involve, right? So you can't just like mash her recklessly or dash her recklessly, right? It's involved, and she can cancel it into a tilt skill to confirm. So even if like either she can get you off of her or she can confirm with her guard skill. Her assist, one of them starts a blue combo. It's pretty much a heal bash. It starts a blue combo, yes, a blue combo. So it's gonna, like, she gets like at least 50% off of that. Her other skill is the projectiles, and even though it only starts a red combo, you can do a lot of setups to where you can easily call that. And if they're blocking, they're stun locked. There's nothing they can do. You can parry it, yes, but if they're blocking it, it's nothing they can do. You can get a free grab or a free guard break. She has a level 2 dash speed. Like I said, she has a toolkit to answer for a lot of things in this game, and I'm pretty sure she can fight anything in this game, to be honest. I mean, like, she just does really good damage for a small amount of resources, both good assists, a great tilt skill that's stopping a lot of things in neutral, and her neutral skill is really good as well to check in neutral and to confirm off of it. I mean, she's a slayer with projectiles. I mean, what more do I have to say about that, right? Now we get to the big three: Edie, Zenitsu, Mitsuri, and Gyome. I just want to say, like, I was going in order, but I got to talk about Gyome. Gyome is the best slayer, the best character in the entire game. This should be no debate. I know Globku came out with a tier list saying he was like, I don't know, he was just low, way too low. Gyome is the best character in the game. I know for the EU folks in the tournaments, they wasn't using this character for some weird reason, which is why I prefer NA, because, you know, NA players like myself, we're versatile. No shade to the EU, but I'm just saying, from the tournaments, I've seen more demons and not really the slayers. Gyome is the best character in the game, like, by far. He can confirm, any confirm he's getting off of you is 45 to 50%. He can start from any starter: tilt skill, regular skill, air lights, dash into light. His DP, This character, his neutral skill, like his neutral skill can check you in neutral and he can confirm. It's not really as a projectile, but he can confirm off of it. He has good range, level 3 dash speed, the best grab in the game. It's almost hard to even react to it. What can't he do? You know what I mean? His assist, the only thing that's bad about him is the same thing with Mitsuri, right? They are so strong on neutral, like on point, that it's not really worth putting them as an assist. These guys, Mitsuri and Gyome, are pretty much the Nezuko, Edie, Zenitsu of this era, right? These two characters are just too strong, and I'm gonna get to Mitsuri, right? Like I said, when it comes to Mitsuri's assist, they're not really good because they scale, like they do too many hits, so they scale the combos really bad. So having them as an assist, both Mitsuri and Gyome, isn't really that good. Well, Gyome is different. His is just a red combo starter, so it's really short. But Mitsuri is just scales her combos really bad if you use her as an assist. But on point, her tilt skill is really ridiculous. It has insane tracking, like really insane, but it scales the combo really bad, so you don't really use it. But she has ridiculous normals, right? She can do her neutral skill into air lights, which she can pretty much do 45 to 50%, depending on who you're doing it on, for 1 bar of meter. So she doesn't even have to spin any meter. If she tilt skills on your guard, she can cancel into her guard skill, which, let me just say, I don't know what the devs were thinking about giving her a guard skill of like almost full screen teleport over someone's head, and you can cancel it after. Not really sure what they was thinking about that, but yeah, she can cancel that. Her guard skill, her neutral skill is pretty good as well. Like I said, Mitsuri, she has level 2 dash speed, pretty decent grab. Mitsuri's just ridiculous, right? She has an answer for everything. She's just better, like I said. And then I have to touch on Edie Zenitsu, the demon himself. He's still really good in this game. He's just, like I said, on point. He's not too crazy strong, but him as an assist, he's by far the best assist in the game. Him as an assist is so valuable that he can be put with any Slayer in the game, and the Slayer team is automatically viable, right? Edie Zenitsu, a lot of people, y'all don't know, do this new tech in the game where they dash your guard with Edie Zenitsu. He's on your guard for a minute, and then you can charge a full heavy guard break into a combo. And because the push block and defensive options in this game isn't good, you gotta hold that combo. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Edie Zenitsu is still really good. He's still really good on point. Lightning Burst is still ridiculous. He even does better damage now, and he still has a level 3 dash speed. So he's still a beast. But that's pretty much it for the tier list. I don't want it to be too long. If y'all have any more questions, we can talk about it in the comments below. We can debate more, because like I said, this was kind of off the dome anyways, in terms of like me talking about the characters. It's a lot of characters, so you know what I mean? I didn't have it like all written out, but I just knew where everybody would be at and so. So if y'all got any more questions, comment down below what y'all think about the tier list. This is the competitive tier list, by the way. Obviously, it's still kind of early, but things could change. But this is how I feel so far. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
No one else we can dream. I could be the one, you could be the team.